Hello again, everybody. Today we are going to do a fantastic detox class. Okay, so this is going to be wonderful twists. There's going to be lots of nice sort of balancing, challenging postures for sure, but I will also put a modification for any challenging posture on there. Please only do what you can manage. Take a rest when you need to, come into child's pose at any time, and listen to your body. And just do what you can. Even a little bit of yoga, no matter how deep you manage to get, is all good and is opening up your body slowly, like a lotus flower, and you'll feel the benefits regardless. Okay, so just take it easy, take your time. Alright, we're going to start in a standing position. I'm going to come and connect in with the breath in the standing position. So we're going to come into Samasthiti, also known as Tadasana or mountain pose. So we're going to just stand with our feet together, knees together, legs together, engage the core, bring the shoulders down, and just bring the pelvis into a neutral position. And you just want to allow the body just to find its comfortable position in Tadasana here. So you might find yourself wavering a little bit, especially if you close your eyes, but just be aware of how you can ground down to the floor and anchor yourself there in Mother Earth. Okay, so you can imagine you have a root growing down from your feet into Mother Earth. And if you like, you can imagine a plumb line extending up to Father Sky. So you are nicely anchored between the two. It's a very pleasant place to be, actually. And just be aware of your breath. Taking nice deep Ujjayi breaths, which is nice deep breaths in through the nose, allowing the belly to expand, and exhaling out through the nose. And just be aware of the essence that you are. And if you'd like to set an intention, today is going to be about detoxing and getting rid of stuff that no longer serves you. So if you want to set an intention now for this practice to allow your body and mind to work through and start to release stuff, you might have been stuck quite deeply down in your joints and your muscles and your body, or in the deep recesses of the mind, then you go for it. Okay, taking a nice deep breath in. And exhale. In and exhale. Wonderful. Alright, just open your eyes. I just want you to take your arms up, and I just want you to have the palms facing forward, and I want you to reach up as high as you can with the hands, but keep the shoulders down. So I want you to lift up through the front of the body as well, so you're lifting up from the pelvis and just creating some nice lengthening in the whole of the body there. Reaching up. Okay, so you can start to sort of do this with your fingers, okay? It gets all the old stuck stuff out of the fingers and back down the body towards the heart. And we can start to detox by getting some lymphatic drainage. Right, now, here we're going to start off with a nice warm-up yogic shuffle, okay? This is a Kundalini yoga warm-up session, alright? So it's a bit weird, and you can put some added extra bits to it. So hands up, and all I want you to do is you're just jumping on the balls of your feet, like so, okay? So you're going to keep it up and keep it going. Now you can do a little Scottish pas de bas if you like, you know? You can put a little bit of extra, your own fancy bits to it. You can do, you can do a bit of salsa dancing if you like. Or your legs out to the side. Just bring it round, make it interesting, make it your own, whatever you feel comfortable doing. Just keep the arms up though. And you can come and do whatever you like. You can go backwards if you like with your legs as well. Let's do a bit of pas de bas, because they're always good. A bit of Scottish element to it here. You can also do a Michael Flatley flat dance if you like, to add in a little bit of other Celtic stuff to it, but keep the arms up rather than down by your sides. Okay, keep going. I want to try and do this for a couple of minutes. Really get the breath going. So you'll find your arms are starting to go, oh, that's a bit achy. That's what you want. All right, another few breaths. Just keep breathing, moving. So if you're short on time on a warm-up, this is quite a good way to get things moving. All right, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. You can really feel it in the arms, can't you? All right, take the hands to your feet hip width apart and the hands on your waist. I'm going to start making some nice deep circles with the hips. Okay, just going to bring them round, bring the hips all the way to the front. Keep that core nicely engaged here. Just so you're protecting your back here. All the way around. Nice deep circles. Just so you can get your breath back a little bit and start to open up the hamstrings and the glutes and the waist. Okay, come back to centre, go around the other side now. So, detoxing can happen in so many ways, not just physical. It can be detoxing bad habits. It can be detoxing bad thoughts. Anything that no longer serves you. Okay, it can also be bringing in good things. Okay, come back to centre. Right, bring the feet together now, okay? And I want you to bring your hands up and clasp the fingers together. Shoulders down, keep that core engaged. Inhale here, and as you exhale, I want you just to bring the arms over to the right. Keep the hips square, don't move the hips out to the left. This is more about from the waist up. Breathing deeply. Just allow that lengthening through that side. And it doesn't matter, I'm going over to my right, which looks like your left. Doesn't matter, we do everything in balance in yoga, so we always do the other side. Inhale back up. And I haven't quite mastered that if I say right, I can do opposite. So, we always do the other side. Keep breathing and just lengthening through. Don't kick your hips forward or back, just keep it all nice and neutral. That's great. Breathing through, back to centre again. All right, now I want you to turn your hips round. Keep the legs square forward, but from the hips you're going round to the right. All right, I just want you to lengthen up through here with a nice little twist. Okay, and then inhale back to centre, come round to the side. We're just gently opening the psoas muscles there with this little gentle twist. Coming back to centre. Well done. Okay, hands on the shoulders. We're just going to make some deep circles. Alright, and then we're going to just bring the reverse motion. Nice deep circles with the shoulders. Okay, well done. Coming back down. Alright, come to the front of your mat. Alright, I'd like you to take the left foot back. Alright, and we're going to come into a nice deep warrior one position. So your hips are forward, your front leg is bent, your back leg is straight, and your foot is turned slightly in about 30 degrees, which will help your knee. Now I want you to hold this position. Breathe through. Warrior one, or Virabhadrasana one, is one of the best exercises for detoxifying the spine. And of course your nervous system runs up the spine. So if you can get this to be flexible, you're only as young as your spine is flexible, they say. And that is true. And many of us, particularly in the West, sit down a lot on chairs, sofas. We very rarely do anything to allow a counter pose for our backs. So these postures are perfect. So keep that core nicely engaged here. Arms up again. Nice deep breaths. Okay, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring the hands down to the front foot. Come back to plank. Hold in plank. 1.
Keep the core strong. 2 and 3. Bring the knees to the floor. We'll do it gently first of all. Bring your body down and just come up into a nice cobra. So you're bending your arms, engaging the glutes if your back is grumbling. Alright, and just looking up with a lifting of the chest. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, curl the toes under, use the knees to push back into downward dog. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so I'm going to bring the right foot in now and bring that left foot up. Okay, so you have your warrior one the other side. Alright, so whichever was your leg, make sure you're coming back into warrior one with the other leg. Okay, and again, just sink down, keep that pelvic floor engaged there. You want to keep that Mula Bandha, I should say, engaged. And if you can get the Uddiyana Bandha, that little strip that runs along here, back towards the spine, but keep this nice and soft for breathing, you've nailed that, okay? But the pelvic floor is the most important for keeping everything nice and steady, strong, and protecting your back. Back line nice and straight and strong if you can. Okay, hold steady, keep breathing through. Steady breaths, and just imagine all that detoxification happening. It's all going on a deep cellular level. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Bring the hands down. Now come back to plank. Now if you still need to come down on your knees first, you go for that, okay? But for everybody else, if you feel a little bit stronger in the core, you're going to come down here, hold in Chaturanga Dandasana. Then we're going to roll up into upward dog. Come into cobra or sphinx if you're really struggling. Straight arms, looking up. And then we're going to curl the toes under and move back into downward dog from here. Okay, just really sink down deep. Chest coming down towards the floor helps to open up the shoulders. Engaging the core, you'll really feel that nice scooping up here into downward dog, which starts to stimulate the digestive system as well. And the inversion of this pose is wonderful because it starts to bring blood into the brain, so that starts to detoxify, get all the old blood out, get the nice new oxygenated blood in there. So it's all good. It's also good to look at life upside down for a while in a different perspective. Okay, so now we're going to bend the knees. I'm going to do a wee jump up to the middle of the mat. Okay, landing as softly and as quietly as you can. Coming up into chair pose. So you're just coming up into a nice bent knee position, spine nice and straight. Arms up, shoulders down, looking up towards the thumbs. Legs are together, core is engaged, breathing through. This posture here, Utkatasana, is very good for your mental health. So if you're feeling a little bit all over the place, in your mind, busy day, come and do a few chair poses in various guises. You can do ones that you can come a little bit deeper if you like, but this is actually very good at aligning the spine. Okay, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Coming back up and coming down. Well done. Okay, so now we're going to do a little sequence of dancing warrior. Because warriors are actually so good at detoxifying, I thought we would do this today. So we're going to come first of all into our warrior one position. So remember your feet slightly turned in, length between your feet should be roughly what your leg length is, and then that's right for you. Alright, so we're going to first of all bring our hips round to warrior one, come down into a nice deep lunge here. Warrior one. Inhale,
Now we're going to exhale to warrior two. Legs stay where they are. Hips come round to the front. Arms come round in line with the shoulders on the exhale. Then we're going to inhale. We're going to come into a reverse warrior. Okay. And then we're going to exhale to the elbow to the knee and bring that left arm over. Okay, on that exhale. Then we're going to inhale back again to warrior two and exhale here. Inhale back to warrior one, hips come round. Exhale, hips come back round to the front, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale. Reaching out for that gin and tonic that you just can't reach. Inhale back in again, warrior two. Exhale here. And again, warrior one. Warrior two on the exhale. Inhale, reverse. Exhale. Parsvakonasana variation. Alright, here we go. Inhale back up to Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale here. And again. Exhale. Inhale. So this is actually getting all the digestive juices going. All the joints are opening up, releasing all the toxins on a very deep level. Warrior two, exhale here. Last one this side, you'll be glad to hear. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, back to warrior two. Now the last little bit. Take the left hand behind you, the right hand in front, okay? And then I want you to come into a deeper lunge all the way down to the floor. We're going to count from 1, 2. Now I'm going to go to 10, okay? But if you're really struggling, then just come out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo! Straighten that leg. Does that not feel fantastic? Alright, come up into straight legged. Arms back up as if you're going to do to warrior two, but this time we're going to do triangle, Utthita Trikonasana. Reach out with that right hand and you're going to come down towards that right toe, okay? Now remember, you want to keep the knees engaged here, lift them up, core engaged, legs nice and straight and strong if you can. Don't worry if you're only here, okay, there's just, eventually you'll get to the point when you're down to the toe, like so. But don't compromise by coming forward just to try and get your arm down. That's a completely different posture, okay? 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale back up. Well done. Alright, we're going to just swing that right foot round. Alright, we're going to do the same the other side. Okay, so first of all with Virabhadrasana 1, we're going to have the hips forward, coming down into warrior 1. Inhale here, okay? Exhale, round to the side. Hips come forward. Inhale to warrior 1, reverse warrior. And then exhale. Reach for that gin and tonic. Inhale back to warrior 1. Exhale here. Hips forward. Warrior 2 that was, sorry, confusing you. Into warrior 1 now. Inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Okay, reverse with the inhale. Exhale. Just make this a lovely moving meditation. Exhale here. And again. Now if you're struggling, stop where you are. Take a wee breather. Remember, keep that pelvic floor nicely engaged just to support everything in there. Exhale out. Inhale back. Exhale here. Good. 2 more sets. Inhale. Exhale. Now you should on warrior 2 be looking out that left middle finger or the right middle finger if you've got the right leg there. I'll show you in a wee second. So the bent leg arm, you're looking out. Exhale here. Okay, last one. Keep it nice and steady. Keep the triceps engaged as well if you can. There's a lot to remember. So just with practice, you'll find all this comes naturally to you. You won't have to think about it. Exhale here. Take that right arm behind. Left hand comes and grabs that hand. Come a bit deeper. Down we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just realised I forgot to put my lippy on for you. 5, never mind. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. Release the hands. Come back up. Straighten that front leg. Hips round to the front. Arms up. Utthita Trikonasana. Reach out with that left hand. Come down. Holding nice and steady for your triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to try and look up to that right hand if you can. And 5. Well done. Coming back up again. And just bring your feet into a nice star position here. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale down. Okay, we're going to try and keep the legs straight if we can, but if you're really struggling with the hamstrings, bring a bend in. Take your hands down towards the floor if you've got them in line. If you've got them on the floor, you can bring the fingertips in line with the toes, or it's fine just to be hanging here if that's as far as you can manage. Okay, so just take it easy. Pushing the energy out the back of the thighs here. Breathing 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Coming back up again. Excellent. Now, bring the heels in. Alright, so we're now in a goddess foot position. Hands on the hips, we're going to just slowly come down into a nice deep plie position. Okay? Take some breaths here. 1, 2, and 3. We're just going to slowly just go with very subtle movements. You don't want that knee going over the toe. Alright, it's just a little subtle movement, moving from side to side here. Keep the spine nice and straight. We're not going so deep. Well, we've got all that weight on the feet. So you want to try and keep the knees back if you can. Keep it nice and steady. Well done. All right, 2 more. 1 and 2. Finally, come back to center, go a little bit deeper. Bring the hands up into goddess pose. You are a strong warrior. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Up you come. And just walk, or you can jump your feet together. Great. Okay, we're going to do a nice twist. We're going to do Garudasana, which is eagle pose. Alright, so again, the same little applies when you're doing a balance. Take your weight onto one leg, and I want you just to keep your drishti point, your gaze point on either something on the floor or something fixed straight ahead of you, okay? So, if I'm going to do this on my left foot, so I'm going to take that right foot round, and I'm going to tuck it behind my calf. Now that might be enough for some people, just to hold that balance. If those would like to bring, other people would like to bring in arms, my right arm is coming under my left, crossing at the elbow, and coming round to palm the hand. I'm going to then raise the elbows up towards the ceiling. So that was my right leg over my left, right arm under my left, palm hands together. Raise up. Hold for 1, 2, you can really feel it in the shoulder blades. 3, 4, and 5. Unravel. Well done. How did you manage? That's quite a tricky one. First of all, you've got to have quite a lot of flexibility in your hips to really get that whole thing round. and your ankles. So if you just only manage to get that leg to here, it doesn't really matter. It's all about being able to balance and try and hold. The more you can do that, open up your ankles and things, the more you'll be able to get that leg around the back of the calf. All right, let's do the other side. So next for me would be my right leg. Bring the left round. All right, this time the left arm is coming under the right. All right, and raising up. Okay. Really feel that nice stretch in the shoulder blades. 1, oh, I'm wobbling so I'm not looking at something straight ahead. 2, 3, keep that core strong. 4, and 5. Woo! Well done. That's absolutely fabulous. All right, let's do another little quick inversion that I really like. Okay, we're going to come into our half warrior position. So half the stance you would normally do for normal warrior, but the feet are the same. Turn the hips around as if you're about to do warrior 1 again. I'd like to take your hands behind you, and if you can, make a prayer position. That's fabulous. But if that's too tricky, you can just hold your forearms or your elbows if you're a little bit more flexible. But prayer position is great. Okay, so nice straight legs. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to keep that core strong as you bring that back down nice and straight, all the way down until you're kissing your knee. Now, you want to bring your elbows up towards the ceiling. Don't worry if you're only here. Okay, and if your hamstrings are a problem, keep the kneecaps lifted. Breathing 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Release the hands. All right. Bring the hands down to the front. You might have to bend your knee here a little bit. And all I want you to do is do a wee jump. So your feet are the complete opposite. The other side. Ready for you to come up and do it again. The other side. Inhale. Exhale. Come forward, straight back, all the way down. Elbows up towards the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Hands down. This time we're just going to bring that left foot back and the right foot back into a nice downward dog. Okay, and we're just going to breath. 1, 2, and 3. Well done. Just bring the knees to the floor. Okay, well done. Right, just going to come back. I'm going to do a little nice quad stretch here, which I quite like to do after I've done quite a lot of leg work and standing postures. So I'm just going to take our hands behind, place them behind our toes. Take a nice deep breath in. We're going to inhale. You can probably hear my daughter above like a big, she's a tiny wee thing, but she's got, sounds like an elephant. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Come back down again. Okay, well done. All right, I just want you to come onto all fours, okay? And we're just going to do a nice little twist here with our hips. So the hands should be under your shoulders, knees should be hip width apart. And I just want you to come down slowly back towards the heels and just bring a nice circle here. Okay, so we're warming up the hips again, and we're also warming up the wrists. So we'll just do 3 and 4. We'll come back to the centre and we'll do 4 the opposite way. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
4. Good. Coming back to centre. Just do a couple of cats and cows. So we're going to just bring the tummy towards the floor. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bring the tummy towards the spine. Push down the hands. Open the shoulders. Inhale again. And exhale. Well done. Alright, okay, so now I want you to bring one foot up. So let's go for the right. In fact, I'm going to go for the left so you can see what I'm doing first of all. Right, so we're going to come into a nice low lunge. Okay. So just come up with the hands on that knee. Lift up in the chest. Okay, so a nice stretching through the whole of the front of the body and all that hip flexor and quad. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, I want you to take that right elbow over that left knee and clasp the hands together here. Bring the hands down a little bit towards that back foot. Okay, so you're now bringing a nice, really deep little twist in here, which is excellent at detoxifying the liver. Always good if you've had that gin and tonic. Okay, so I just want you to take your breath gently here. Just breathe through. Just come as deep as you can. Come out anytime, remember, slowly if you feel you need to. Okay, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Come to the front again. Now what I'd like you to do is, in that low lunge position, I want you just to lift that right leg up. Now that might be quite strong for many of you, okay? If you've got tight quads, that is not pleasant. And if you need to put a little blanket under your knee or roll over the mat like so for your knee, if you find that a bit tricky, alright? Just take your time, bring that knee up. Now, if you can take that left hand behind and grab the foot, fantastic. But don't worry if you're not anywhere near grabbing that foot, okay? You take it easy. It's a very, very, very strong quad stretch here. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release slowly, coming back down. Alright, come back slowly, so you're now coming back on that right knee and you're lengthening through that left leg. If you want to come all the way down to seated position, if you can manage that, that's fantastic, okay? But this is, we hold a lot of emotional stuff in our hamstrings, so you might find that through all these deep stretching of the hamstrings you might have mixed emotions. So just, go with that, just be aware of what comes up. It might be unresolved issues from yonks ago you hadn't thought about or fully dealt with at the time. So just be aware of your thoughts and emotions for the rest of the day, and don't worry about anything about it. Just be aware of it. Maybe sit quietly in meditation and just kind of go through what comes up. All right. So coming back up again slowly. What I'm going to show you now that I'd like you to do, I'm going to show you this way. We're going to come back into that low lunge. But we're going to take it a little bit deeper. We're going to do some nice dragon work. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the right hand down here and the left hand down, right? So that is your left leg still out, all right? Now the right hand and the left hand are to the right of that left foot. Now I want you to roll that foot over onto the left. Now that might be enough for you just to do this because it's a very deep hip opener, right? So just hold it there if that's all you can manage. For the rest of you, you can get this a little bit deeper by bending your arms and bringing yourself down a little bit deeper. For those who are really flexible, you can come down into your Sphinx pose and breathe through. And again, take it easy. Don't push it further than you feel comfortable because this is a very deep posture. So just holding for 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, come back up onto the hands slowly. Slowly come back onto that right knee and just bring that left leg up. Okay. And just have a little rest here. That's very, very deep. I'm sure you'll agree. All right. As with all things, we will do the other side. All right. So we'll just bring that right foot out now in front. Left foot comes behind. All right. I'm just going to come on a little angle here so that you can see a little bit more. All right. So we're just going to hold here in our deep lunge for the moment, lifting up to the chest. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, and then we're going to bring that left elbow around the right leg now. Bring the hands together. We're going to do our nice deep twist this side. You can bring the hands slightly back towards the back foot, and that helps to open up the forearms and the wrists. Okay, so you want to be looking over your right if your right leg is bent here. Nice and deep. Okay, and 2, 3, 4, and 5. And bring yourself relaxing back up. Now take that left hand down, bring that right leg up, and again that might be really tough. Take your right hand round, grab that toe if you can, holding nice and steady. Don't push it if you've got very, very tight quads. And if you have any knee issues, just be aware of that too and just do what you can. You might only be able to lift your leg to here. It's absolutely fine. You will get there. Okay, 3, 4, and 5. Release. Come slowly back on that knee and just bring yourself back on that heel so you're stretching out that right hamstring. Again, if you're able to come all the way down, that's fantastic. Nice and easy. Just stretching out that hamstring. So you want to keep your toes, your feet flexed, your toes are pointing towards the ceiling. Okay, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Alright, so just finally we'll come into our dragons this side, which I'm going to come forward and show you here again. So you're still in that nice lunge, you're taking both hands to the left hand side of that right foot. Okay, you're slowly going to go over onto the right side of the foot so that the right hip starts to open. And again, you take it easy, you stay here, this is enough for you. Or you can bring yourself slowly down towards the floor. And for advanced, you can come all the way down into a Sphinx arm position. And just hold gently, keep the core nicely engaged. So this is releasing a lot of toxins out of the hips. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Slowly come back up and just slowly ease yourself back into a kneeling position once more and have a little rest. Okay, sure you'll find that's quite a strong opener for the hips. Alright, so what I'd like to do now is I'd like to do a couple of deep twists and then I'd like to do a back bend. Alright, so we're going to come into a gentle twist. Alright, so we're going to just come into this nice deer position. Bharadvajasana, okay, and all we're going to do is, so if you've got your left leg down and the right leg on the top, all we're going to do is take the left hand round to grab that shin, the right shin, lift up in the chest, take the right hand behind and just bring our gaze round to the right, alright? So if the right leg is on top of the left hand comes round to grab that right leg, and you're bringing the right shoulder round to the right. Okay, so you want to nicely engage the arms, lift in the chest and breathe. and 3, 4, and 5. Come back to centre. Well done. Bring those legs in front. Come down and do a front forward fold. Inhale, engage the core. Exhale, come down. And again, just as deep as you're able. Breathing for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Slowly come back up. Legs the other way. Okay. So right leg's underneath, the left leg's on top. Inhale, and as you exhale, take that right hand to that shin, left hand behind, lift up in the chest, engage the arms, shoulders down. Breathe. Oh, it's so nice. I love twists. They just make my body open up in such a wonderful way. And I just know that they are, releasing all the stuff, the gunk, nothing that you want anymore. And it's all just coming out. It's opening the body, making your body so much more flexible. So don't be put off, twists. At the beginning they're really hard. And you think you're never going to get there. I mean, there's other twists I want to bring in. And you think, I'll never get my arm around there. I'll never get to do that. But really, you will. And you'll find it will come far quicker than you might imagine. Okay, coming back to centre. Okay, we're going to bring the feet together about 1.5 feet away from the body. Soles together. Take a nice deep breath in and we're going to come forward now. And just relax down. So this is a nice one, particularly if you've been working really strongly in the abductors here in the groin. This is quite nice just to open up that whole hip area again in a nice gentle forward fold here. Okay, and 3, 4, and 5. Slowly come back up again. Alright, okay, so we're just going to do another little twist. Now this is quite a tricky one, so just take it easy. Alright, it's Marichiyasana A. I really love this one because it really opens up my shoulders. And this one really is achievable for a lot of people. It's the start of 4 very, very difficult twists in the Ashtanga program. Well, it's not just the Ashtanga program, it's actually all of the programs, but it's certainly very much a part of the primary series of Ashtanga. Alright, so just take it easy. We're going to sit in an upright position. We're going to bring that right foot up, okay, if you can, in line with the hip. Alright, so don't have it tucked in towards your left thigh, just keep it nicely hip width apart. Alright, now that might be enough for some people just to get the leg up and sitting here and holding yourself up here. Okay, remember your core, lifting up, put the left hand out to support you. Okay, so now we're going to inhale that arm up to the ceiling, the right arm up to the ceiling, and we're going to bring it down into that space. Alright, now we're going to rotate that arm so that the thumb is pointing down towards the floor. Now, I want you to bring that right knee into the shoulder, alright? Into the shoulder. Now again, this might be enough for you as well, which case just practice here. If you're managing this, no problem. You can then try and bring that right arm round the leg, okay? And hold it there, okay? And again, release any tension in the shoulder. Then you want to bring that left hand round and grab the hand, okay? Once you're here, relax the shoulders and you're coming forward. Right? Now, like for lots of people, you might be thinking, how on earth do I do that? And again, it takes quite a bit of practice to get your forward folding a little bit better in order for you to come down deep enough to be able to get that arm round. It's also about getting that knee close into the shoulder. So you might be tight in the hip here, so don't worry. Just you practice whichever level you are practicing at. So if your leg is still only here, just you practice bringing it a few inches back and back and back until you get it nicely tucked in. Okay. So for everyone else, if you're round this way holding, breathe. 1, 2. So I'll just demonstrate what I'm doing at the back. 3, 4, okay, and 5. Release slowly. Okay, so even if you're touching your fingers, that's great. And don't sweat it if you're not anywhere near it, okay? And try when you're in that posture, I know it's hard, not to kind of hold things too tight in the shoulders. Try and relax and just surrender into that posture. Well done, everybody. Right, take a little few breaths here, we'll do the left side. Just always give yourself a little bit of a breather just to regulate and get yourself back into a neutral position again. You can come and do a forward fold, that always helps, I find, to get you back into that position. Alright, let's try the left side, okay? Now this side might be easier for you, sometimes it can be harder. One side is always easier or harder than the other, and it's all to do with how we hold ourselves throughout life. You know, are we a right foot kicker at football? Do we play golf with our left arm? How do we play tennis? There's a lot of things that we do over our life that has imprints left on our body in terms of its flexibility. Alright, so left foot up to the left thigh. Alright, take a nice deep breath in, bring that left arm up, exhale it down into that space. Rotate round so the thumb is pointing down. Left knee into the left shoulder. Bring that arm round the leg. Right arm comes round to meet the hands, or just, you know, wherever you can manage around your back, just try and hold the position. Take a deep breath in, exhale forward. Holding steady. Now, if you've got your left foot too close in to that right thigh, then the left leg kicks out there and it becomes even more difficult to get your arm around. So make sure that foot is in line with that hip, and you'll make things so much easier for yourself. Now this is a great way, this is a great posture to open up your chest. It's a great one to open up the shoulders and your back. So if you can maintain some nice deep breaths in this posture, you will really find the sides of your back opening up wonderfully as well. I love Marichiyasana A. Okay, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And release. Well done. Alright, good. We quick cheeky forward fold. Alright, before we come in to do a nice back bend. Okay, so we're going to finish off with a nice back bend. I was going to do a nice balancing crow, but I might leave that to next time. Okay, so coming around, we're going to just come into a gentle bridge. Alright, but before you come into the bridge, I want to show you a little variation. So remember, when you're coming up to bridge, okay, here you are. Now, you can bring your hands under to support you here, which I would strongly recommend you do if you take the posture to the next level. Alright, the next level is you must keep that core really strong, and you can try and lift up that right leg. Alright, we're going to hold that for 5. We'll bring that down. And we'll hold for 3, and then we'll do the left. Alright, now for those of you who just want to continue with bridge, that's fine. So we'll start off with bridge. If you get into position now, we're going to come up into bridge. Alright, so we're lifting those hips as high as you possibly can. Alright, now hold and maintain. Now if you want to engage the glutes, you'll find this is a lovely deep glute engagement, this position, as you distribute your weight between your feet and your neck and your shoulders. Alright, so just hold here. Hands can be down by your side here, or you can clasp them together, and you can bring your shoulders deeply together, which is a nice pectoral muscle lengthener. And again, just keep that core nicely engaged so that you are protecting everything in your back. Breathe through. Now, of course, you can always do this variation in a full crab with the leg up, which I might show you in a minute, for those who are a bit more advanced. Alright, slowly we're going to release and come back down. Bring the knees to the chest. Alright, let's rock from side to side. Now you can hold that for longer if you wish, okay? I would strongly encourage you to come up and do another one of those, alright? Because it's always good to do more than one effort in the back bend. You usually find you get a bit deeper. But don't do any more than 3 attempts in one particular class or one sitting, because you don't want to, your body can become fatigued if you try and do something more than 3 times. So you always want to be on the safe side. Right, for those who want to come up again and just do another bridge, you go ahead and do that. For those who want to come up and try and lift a leg up, I will do it with you. So we're going to come up first of all into normal bridge. Take the hands underneath to support the back of your lower back, lumbar region there, okay? Now engage your core really strongly, because that's going to give you balance. And then on the inhale, when you're ready, you can lift that right leg up to the ceiling. Okay, we're going to hold for 1, keep the neck straight. 2, don't move it to the side. 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Come down. Hold yourself here for 3. 1, 2, and 3. Right, get yourself ready for the left side. Core, inhale, left leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Come down. Bring your body down slowly. Inhale. And just round, round, round. Okay? Now, for those who would like to try that in a crab position, I'm just going to quickly show you. First of all, when you're in a crab, it's very similar to the bridge. You just get yourself in a position where you feel you can get purchase to push down with the feet and push down with the hands. Now, I recommend that you bring your hands as closely behind your shoulders as you can. If your hands are the way up here, you will never get lift off. Alright, so if you just have to practice getting your fingers and your hands used to having your hands further in towards the side of your head, just under your shoulders, and just work away with that. Don't bring any weight on it. Just bring your hands back and forth. That's a good way to get your hands and your wrists and your arms used to this lift off. Okay? Now I wouldn't suggest a crab to anyone who is at beginner level here, alright, unless you've been doing them since you were 5 and you're quite au fait with them. These are for the more advanced yogis who I know are actually on, or will be watching. So, hands under the shoulders, and you want your belly button straight up towards the ceiling, okay? So here we go, inhale, up into a crab. Okay, let's try and hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, keep breathing, good. And 5. Slowly come back down, okay? Bring the knees to the chest. Now, for those who want to try the raised legs, you don't obviously have your hands underneath your back to support. So this is where your core has to come in really strong, alright? So again, I'd only attempt it if you feel you can have that strength, alright? Let's have a go. Okay, coming into crab first of all, alright? Okay, lifting up that leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring that right leg down. Bring yourself down first of all to recoup, recalibrate. Breathe. Back bends are just fantastic for releasing toxins, by the way, and for energizing. So, you know, these are ones to work on, but just build yourself up. Right, for those who I know would like to do, you must balance up with the other side. So here we go. Inhale. Left. 1, keep it strong in the core. 2, 3, 4 and 5. Well done. Bring yourself down. For those of you who may have still been practicing bridge a second or third time, well done to you. Alright, now, when you have done a very deep back bend like that, you must always finish off with a deep Paschimottanasana, front forward fold. So we'll just grab the toes and we'll roll up and we'll come into our front forward fold. Nice and deep. Same for any back bend, but particularly if you take that back bend to be really deep, like Urdhva which is crab. Okay, so breathing 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Good. Excellent. Well done. All right, so just 2 little things I'd like for you to do. Because we've been releasing lots of toxins today, please make sure you drink a huge big glass of water because that will help to flush the toxins out. Some people can feel a little bit, just out of sorts for 2-3 hours after a deep cleansing yoga class. So if that's you, don't worry, just keep drinking some water, just taking a little bit of a rest when you need. It's all good, it's just getting rid of all that stuff. And if you can imagine, if you're releasing deep stuck emotions and things as well, just be aware of your thoughts that come up, little memories that might appear. And again, it's always nice just to have a little lie down or a little meditation and just, go through what's coming up and work through them as best you can. Definitely water. And now I would definitely recommend you give yourself a Shavasana, and if you can manage a guided meditation at the same time, that's fantastic, because it really will allow your body to relax fully and integrate the magic of your practice today. So deep, deep meditation, a nice Shavasana where you really, really, really do relax into the floor is the best way to finish your practice. Alright, so we'll finish, just close our practice today, and I will let you then head off and do your Shavasana now. So we're going to bring our hands into a nice Anjali Mudra, into prayer position, and we're going to make the sound of Mother Earth. Take a deep breath. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thank you. Well done, everybody. Give yourself a clap on the back. That was a toughie. See you next time.